Riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Like a dog without a bone, and after unknown. Riders on the storm, riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Hey guys, Gregory here. Today I have a really fun song. It is Riders on the Storm by The Doors. This song is actually quite special to me because it's one of the first songs that I learned to play on guitar using chords that actually made sense to me. I remember as a beginner when I learned chords, I didn't quite understand how chords worked or how they were supposed to make a song sound like a song. But somehow I played along with the song using the chords that I had at the time, and it kind of clicked for me, and then I kind of finally understood how chords actually worked. So the structure of the song is actually quite simple. We just have a couple of chords and maybe one or two strumming patterns. So we're going to start with the chords that we find, and then we'll go into the rhythm. So the first two chords we find in the song are an E minor and an A major chord. So to play the E minor, we're going to put the first finger on the 2nd fret 5th string, the middle finger on the 2nd fret 4th string, and 6 strings we strum for the E minor. And then this chord is followed by A major most of the time. So we could just move the first and middle finger down 1 string each, and that would take the first finger down to the 2nd fret 4th string and the middle finger down to the 2nd fret 3rd string. And then we add the 3rd finger to the 2nd fret 2nd string, and we strum 5 strings for A. Okay, so you have E minor and A major. Following that, we have A minor. Now in this song, let's use the A minor 7, which is an A minor with one less finger. So for A minor 7, we're going to put the first finger on the 1st fret 2nd string and the middle finger on the 2nd fret 4th string. Now usually with an A minor, the 3rd finger would also be included on the 2nd fret 3rd string, but we're not going to use it for this song. We can, but I'd rather not use it because there's a type of change that makes it easier if we just use A minor 7. So A minor 7, 2 fingers, and we strum 5 strings, the 5th to the 1st for A minor. And then the next chord we're going to play following that is what I would call a GB, I think, a GB. We're just going to take from the A minor 7, we're just going to move the middle finger up on the same fret, 2nd fret, up to the 5th string, and that gives us the GB. So that's part of the reason why I want to use the A minor 7. From the A minor 7 to the GB, we just need to move 1 finger. The middle finger goes up to the 5th string. And then it goes to C, which is another simple change coming from that last chord, the GB. We just move the middle finger back down to where it was on the A minor 7, and we put the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret 5th string for C. And that little progression in the song goes like this: A minor, GB, C. Okay? And then the chord that follows that is a D major chord. So that is the first finger on the 2nd fret 3rd string, middle finger on the 2nd fret 1st string, and 3rd finger on the 3rd fret 2nd string, and you strum 4 strings, the 4th to the 1st for your D major chord. Now that we've talked about the chords, let's talk about the strumming patterns that we find in the song. There are about 3 of them that I use. The first one happens over the first part of the verse, the E minor and the A part, which goes like this: riders on the storm, riders on the storm. Okay. The second one happens over the A minor, GB, C, D part, which goes like: into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Okay. And then the last one happens on the other part, which starts on D, like a dog without a bone, and enter out alone, riders on the storm. Okay, so let's go a little bit more into detail into the strumming patterns. Now the strumming patterns in the song are all quite simple. In fact, at least 2 of them, they're just alternating down, up, down, up, down, up. But what really makes the strum sound interesting is how we strum it. We want to kind of create a dynamic of loud and just a little bit, well, not loud really, but you know, soft and a little bit louder in the strums so that they sound more interesting. So by that I mean, in the first strumming pattern between the E minor and the A, if I was to sound that out with my voice, it really goes to da da to da 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 to da da to da da da, right? You can kind of hear the differences between the soft and the loud parts. To da da to da 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 to da da to da da da, and that really kind of makes it sound more interesting rather than just strumming everything all at one volume like this. Right, that sounds very bland. Okay, so to kind of clarify that in terms of teaching the strumming pattern to you, the first part is just do da da do, right? That's all on E minor, down up down up down, and that second down down up, you can add a little accent on it, do da da do. So practice doing that alone, do da da da, and do da da da, and do da da da, and. Okay, what happens next is we're going to change to A and come back to E minor. So the part that happens over the A, the right hand goes up, down, up, okay, on the A. So you have do, da, 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 and the part after is da, da, da on A. So exactly what I'm doing there is I'm actually strumming the open strings as I change from the E minor, do, da, da, do, open. I'm going to strum down on A, and then I'm going to strum up on the open strings again. Okay, it's a very regular thing to do when playing open chords on the guitar, to hit the open strings in between chord changes. It doesn't sound really bad once we land chord changes right after. So to break that strum up once more, in the two parts, on the E minor, it goes down, up, down, and then you have open, A, open, or down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, and then down, up, 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 down, up. Okay, so I will put a diagram on the screen that will hopefully help to make this make more sense in terms of what I'm doing. But the idea is it actually makes the changing of the two chords, because they're kind of fast, a little bit simpler, and it does actually sound pretty good with that open string, those open strings in between the two chord changes. The next strumming pattern that we have there happens over the A minor, G, B, C, D part, okay? So once again, it's just alternating down, up in terms of the right hand strum, but I'm just accenting every other down. So I'm going to do it again, and you can kind of listen to me and watch my body language to know exactly which strum I'm accenting. So that is down, up, 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 over A minor, G, B, C, D. Once again, 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and 1 and 2 and, okay? And that's pretty much it. And then you go back to the E minor, A part, so that it goes like, into this house we're born, into this world we're thrown. Okay, and that's pretty much it for that part of the song. So the last strumming pattern that we have happens over the D and the C part, which goes like a dog without a bone, and an actor I don't know, riders on the storm. Okay, and it's one thing that I do twice over each chord, the D and the C. So the strum is down, down, up, down, up, and then you do it over C, down, down, up, down, up. Now what I'm also doing is right after the first down, I'm adding a mute in between, down and mute. Ba, ba, da, 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 ba, ba, da, da, da. And I'm muting it with the side of my palm. So right after I strum, let's start with the D. I'm just resting the side of my palm right on the strings, kind of sideways like that. Gives me a really clean cut. So you have that. Ba, ba, da, 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 ba, ba, da, 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 da. And that's it for the third strumming pattern. So that's it for the song really. It's really just 3 strumming patterns over a couple of chords. And the trickiest part, I think, as a beginner, is really just getting the dynamics in your strumming hand. That really makes the song sound much more interesting if you can have those dynamics in there. So that's it. If you enjoyed the lesson, please like, share and subscribe. It'll help me out a lot. But until next time, goodbye.